Hello, welcome to Out and About with Martin. Today I'm going to take you through the procedure for taking a motorcycle onto the Channel Tunnel. You approach the Channel Tunnel from the M20, taking junction 11A. Do not follow the sat-nav at this point, it is likely to take you down the service road. As you travel down the slip road, keep to the right-hand lane, following the signs for passenger traffic. As you approach the check-in booths, if you have pre-booked your ticket, you need to look for this sign along with the green arrow. If you have not pre-booked a ticket, you need to look for a sign which depicts a man wearing a peak cap. You now need to check in using the automated system. It is useful to have either a clothes peg or a bulldog clip with you. This is for your boarding pass. Tap on the check-in tab and follow the instructions. You will need to either have the bank card you paid with or your reservation number. If there is room on an earlier train, it will give you the option of taking that earlier train. As you can see, I managed to get on a train 1.5 hours earlier than I had booked. Take your boarding pass and affix it to the clothes peg if you have one. It's also useful to find somewhere to store your gloves at this point. Take note of both the letter and the number on your boarding pass. This will tell you which train you are on. In my case, this was 05. The barrier will lift automatically and you can now proceed to the car park. The service area offers similar sort of services you would find on the motorway. Because I had opted for an earlier train, I only had to wait 8 minutes before proceeding to border control. You need to keep an eye on the information boards around the car park and in the service area. These will tell you when you can proceed to border control. In my case, I only had 8 minutes to wait before I could proceed, so I stayed with the bike and didn't make use of the facilities. When the information board shows your letter and number to proceed, follow the arrows to exit the car park and head towards border control. When using the tunnel, unlike the ferry, you will go through both UK border control and French border control before boarding the train. This enables a quick exit from the train once in France. You will leave the train and drive straight onto the motorway with no further checks. Continue watching the video to see how the system works. You will first enter the UK border control. You will then proceed to French border control. As you leave French border control, move over to the far right hand side where you will see the motorcycle lane. This lane bypasses the height check. At this point you'll be told which road to join. When the green light shows and the barrier lifts, it's time to make your way to the train. You'll be directed onto the correct platform. When riding down the train, it is best to ride down the right hand side. Do not ride down the centre as the centre panels are loose. Park at a 45-degree angle with your front wheel against the left curb. Leave your bike in gear, or in case of a DCT, with a parking brake on. Dismount and enjoy the 35-minute crossing. The bikes are not lashed down as the train crossing is very smooth. The bikes are always last to be loaded and the train sets off within a few minutes of you parking up. Toilets are provided on the train. On arrival in France, await instructions to proceed down the train. Once off the train, just follow the signs to the motorway. Crossing the tunnel by train is so much quicker than the ferry. In this instance, it took me 1 hour 10 minutes from leaving the M20 to joining a French motorway. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. Next week, I'll be in the Alps. Bon voyage!